Hello, this is Valerie Aiello, and you are listening to Idea Diary. How's it going, y'all? Thanks for coming and hanging out. It is Sunday. Finally August, and getting into month 2 of podcasting daily. So today I was going to talk about, so I always have these random notes written around. So I'm feeling like if I just do a podcast on it, or, talk about it in a podcast and maybe make a note, I don't have to keep random notes around. So I was trying to think of what are some ways that I've failed being a leader or trying to be a leader. I'm kind of in the realm of there are no bosses. So even though, yes, technically you might have a less important job as somebody else in some sort of company or in a group, I kind of like the idea of no bosses, where everybody kind of knows what their job is and what they're doing, like what they're learning, and everybody goes and gets it done. I'm not a micromanager at all. I like to, everything that needs to get done is all out on the table, and everyone knows what they're supposed to do. Everyone goes and does it and then comes back. So some places where I've noticed that I've failed being a great leader, which I think when I say leader, I mean, we're all, even in a group, everyone's a leader. Everyone should kind of take responsibility of, making sure everyone's happy and getting along and doing stuff that they want to do, and, finding out whose talents are what and letting them shine, or, whatever. So places where I feel like I might have failed. So number 1 is have a disagree space. So that doesn't mean a safe space where everyone can go and hide and not have a conversation. So what I feel like a disagree space would be giving everyone the power to at any time say, I want to have a meeting to discuss my opinion on how something's happening. And it's kind of not a place to have an argument, but more of a place to come to the table with solutions, what they disagree about. Feel safe to say, I could see this done in a better way. There's a better, faster, more awesome process to do. So having like a disagree space where, if you have a problem with something, come, let everyone know what the problem is, but come with solutions also. You can't just come to complain. So that, that would just kind of be a known thing. And maybe have, maybe like a jury or a voting system. If there's just 2 people in a company, maybe having an agreed upon person that can come kind of break the tiebreaker if there's 2 people that disagree. But ultimately come to the table with a problem, have a solution or different ideas of solutions, and have some sort of jury, a voting system for if things can change, or if a new idea comes out of the meeting, or if things kind of have to stay the same because it's like the most realistic thing at the time, even though it might not be the best. But whatever when that meeting happens, like everyone's gonna kind of be happy with the solution, which may or may not happen, but like that's kind of the idea. It's like bring problems to the table with solutions, have some sort of process of like decision making happening, and ultimately be happy with the solution of whatever the outcome is of that meeting. So there might be a fancy term for this type of meeting, but it's just a disagree meeting. So number 2 problem that I do is so I'm from Texas, so we're overly polite, just kind of naturally. And I'm guilty of letting things go unsaid that just to keep the peace, just to be polite, and I feel like moving forward, I think I'm not, I'm the type of person when we're doing business, I don't get my feelings hurt. I'd rather just know what's, I want to know the reality of any situation and figure out the best way to handle it. But sometimes you get into positions where it's just better. You just feel like, let's just keep the peace. Let's keep this going. Let's keep this train moving, just keeping people happy. And I don't want to, I know that I do that. So, it's kind of a goal to address things now to get happy faster. So everyone can get happy faster. It's not about, keep letting things be unsaid just to keep the peace. Actually, I think that makes everyone miserable. So address things now to get happy faster, So I think that's like a good approach to that problem, Okay, so number 3 thing that I've done is when I've made a decision, I'll go full speed ahead. And whatever needs to happen, I'll try to get done. And I won't, whatever the goal is that I'm trying to achieve. And I don't slow down. And, if I'm working in a team, I won't slow down. I'll pick up the slack where it needs to be picked up. And then everything kind of gets messed up if I'm doing that. Because then it's like I'm overworked, and then somebody who's, dropping the ball for whatever reason, could be totally legit reason. I'm not addressing that issue. I'm just kind of like going full speed ahead, trying to hit goals without stopping and considering like, okay, there's something going on here. Let's figure it out. And yeah, so that was just kind of like 3 things that I noticed about myself that I could work on if I want to be a better leader. And there was something else, but I didn't write it down. So there's that. Yeah, so anyway, so I'm excited. Sometimes you just jot things down on Post-its thinking, okay, I want to remember this. I went through it's usually, I'm one of those where I don't see failure as problems. I see like, is it something to learn? So anytime I'm going through something, I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to learn in this moment? What is this person teaching me? Why am I keep running into the same problem over and over again? What am I not learning? There's people that say, everything that's going on is kind of a reflection of what's in your own mind. I know that's kind of quantum physics stuff. That goes into a realm of like a whole other conversation. But I do see people, when you see somebody and they keep dating the same person over and over again, and you're just thinking, my gosh, can you date someone else? You're dating the same jerk over and over again. Or you could just see people having the same problems. You really don't see it when it's happening to you. But, I don't know, just kind of an observation, Maybe that's the 4th thing. Trying to figure out what are the annoying things that keep happening, or the unhappy things that keep happening in your life, and how can you acknowledge it and fix it? Just say, okay, I'm done with that problem. Like, let's move on. Yeah, so I guess that's kind of a failure theme. I don't know. It's a team building, better leader Sunday theme of, maybe look inside yourself, see where you're failing. How are you failing the people around you? Yeah. Oh, the mic, I think, is working. So the Rode Podcaster crashed on the hardwood floor, full speed. And I think it's still working. So I'm telling you, this mic, I don't know. Let me see how much these are these days. Typing it in to DuckDuckGo. I always use DuckDuckGo unless there are things that the Google search engine does that just, it's pretty awesome. Especially with addresses and businesses, if you're going somewhere using the Google Maps. I use, sometimes their search is better, but then sometimes I feel like I just use DuckDuckGo for the first round of searching. Yeah, you can't buy directly from them. You got to go to a retailer. Just type, I'm going to Amazon. Rode Podcaster mic. Let's see if I can find the exact mic that I've got. So $229. I think it used to be like $299. So maybe like the price has gone down a bit. $230 for this mic. They have those cool swivel microphone stands that I like. Kind of just using this floor mic situation just for now because I never have a normal desk. I feel like all those mics, they clip on to normal desks pretty well, but I like working on tall tables because I do the standing desk sitting. This table's pretty tall. But yeah, I prefer furniture, like real furniture over desks that you could buy, I guess, at an office type store. But yeah, I really want one of those treadmills that you put under a desk. But I have not gotten into that. It's so hot to walk outside these days. And July, August in Texas is pretty hot, even September. But we've been having, I guess because of the hurricane season, we've been having a lot of rain lately and a lot of cool weather coming in. So that's been amazing. I have so many random things to talk about, but yet nothing is coming to my mind. It's so weird. This is like the first time it's happened. 31 day. I guess it's the 32nd show. I think it's the 32nd show. Oh, I know what I wanted to say is I think doing the everyday, I think I'm just going to commit to it. See if I can make it happen. Just, cause a lot of the people that, I kind of researched a little bit on, making money with ad revenue on YouTube and podcast. It seems like you definitely might need to do that every day for a year thing just to get everything kind of laid out in some way, your process, what you're doing, and then continue through that like 2 or 3 year mark. And when people start to get to that 8 or 10 year mark is when they start seeing, and you might not do every day that whole time, but that 8 or 10 year mark is when where you might start seeing that big ads coming in, the $20,000 months or $230,000 months or whatever it is. Everyone's different. Anything can happen, but I think I am committing to every day for a year starting July, and we'll see how it goes. I'm sure I might miss a day or two, but the goal is just to go ahead and go every day. And I think definitely committing to a show of some kind for 3 years. So I don't know if I can go every day for 3 years. We'll see how this goes. Maybe this might be like the most relaxing thing to ever happen to anybody. And it's just feels really good to have kind of a daily podcast situation. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I think I've hit 15 minutes, so I still don't know how to end the show, so I'm just going to play the music.